In this video, I'll cover the process for creating a crawlspace foundation with a bearing wall to support the floor framing above. Let's first begin by looking at the two foundation types that can be used to support the floor platform. The first is where the floor platform is hung. A benefit to a hung floor platform is to minimize steps in and out of the house. The second is a stacked floor platform that rests on top of the foundation walls. Stacked floor platforms can be easier and more economical. In this example, I have already built the foundation. Let's review the settings that I've used here. In the Build Foundation dialog, to create a crawl space, I've selected the option for the foundation type to be walls with footings. Immediately below that is the option to hang the first floor platform inside the foundation walls. Down below is the slab thickness. Currently you see no slab. The ceiling height for having a floor platform is approximately at 6 feet. You can see underneath the stem wall area, stem wall is set to be 37.5 inches. That includes the sill plate. Therefore the stem wall is at 36 inches. To change the style of your stem walls that are being used, you can use the Edit Default Foundation Wall. This will open up the properties that are typically used for the foundation. Specifically on the foundation panel is the footing information. Notice that I have my footing offset to be 1 inch. That will anticipate setting up a bearing framed wall that can rest on that footing. If you wanted to have it centered, there is the option to center the footing on the main layer of the wall above. Toward the bottom of the dialog, when you have a garage, the garage stem wall, floor to top, will be 2 inches. This is a setting you can change, as well as the minimum garage stem wall height. Let me go ahead and close this dialog. To create a bearing wall in the center of this foundation, I'm going to use the interior wall tool and draw across the foundation. With the interior wall tool, I'm going to come down, I'm going to pick up the center snap, I'm going to draw it across and set up the bearing wall. Now I have automatic wall framing on. You see the wall framing appear in the view on the right hand side of the screen. And if we zoom in, you can see that that wall is not at the top of the stem wall because the floor platform is hung. If you rebuild the foundation and you uncheck hang the first floor platform and you draw a wall, that wall will then come up to the top of the stem wall at the plate height. You can also change the walls by opening up the wall properties, and then on the structure you can change the setting. When that foundation was built, it had checked the hang platform option. You can change that to be automatic. That will change your walls back to having a stack platform. You may want to have a mix, and here's where you can make that change in the wall itself. Now when I created this wall, I used the default interior wall. Let's take a look at the interior wall that we use. I'm going to double click and open it up, and on the wall types you can see that it's using the interior 4 wall. I'm going to change that to a framed 3.5 inch wall. When you look at this wall type, the only layer that it has is a framing layer. There's no sheetrock on either side. Now that I've changed that wall type, other thing that I'm going to do is on the foundation panel is I'm going to mark that it is a foundation wall. And then the final thing on the structure panel, I'm going to come down and I'm going to mark that this is a bearing wall. Therefore, when we build the floor framing, the floor joist will either lap or butt depending on how you've specified your framing. Now let's go through the steps to build the floor framing. Underneath the framing option, I'm going to go ahead and build the foundation framing, and I'm going to turn it on automatic for the purpose of the video. Now the framing information, the floor structure, is currently going to be using a 14-inch I-joist. You can see the information down here. This framing information is defined in your first floor platform. If you need to change the cavity thickness, the best place to do that is in your first floor. You can go into the defaults and set up how you want your structure built. When we build the automatic floor framing, the program does the best that it can to generate the framing. Notice that the joists are going in the direction that I intend to build the structure. If you need to change the joist direction, Underneath your framing tools, let's go into the build menu, down to framing, is a joist direction tool. You can come in, draw the direction that you want your joist. Since I have it on automatic framing, you can see that it updates. Let's go ahead and press undo. The other thing with your joist framing, if we move up a floor, I have a few interior walls. You can open up these walls, and then on the structure panel is an option to insert framing below. If you uncheck that, there will not be framing and added joist put below that particular wall. To support the floor joists, these can either be hung with hangers. You can also use a bearing wall that will rest on the foundation footing. Let's go over into the foundation level. I'm going to go ahead and select the interior wall. Before I draw out an interior wall, let's change the wall type default to be the 3.5 inch, and then we'll come in here and we're going to draw a wall out that will come in that area right in here. And one of the things when you're going to use a wall and eventually it's going to get pushed right up to the foundation wall is to mark that as a furred wall. That way the room definition that might get created in between the two walls will be ignored. Let's take a look at that setting. Back in the wall properties, on the structure, I'm going to come down, I'm going to mark it as a furred wall. And then I'll go ahead and slide that up right up against the stem wall. That process can be repeated on all of the parallel walls to support those floor joists. For a floor access, let's do this in the front of the design right in this area so it's easy to see. I'm going to put the floor access up on floor 1. Let's go ahead and move the room label off to the side. Underneath the build menu, come down to floor. I'm going to use the tool hole in floor platform, and we'll just come in here, draw this out, maybe press the tab key while I'm doing it. I'm going to make it 36 by 36. You can see the access panel is created. You may want to go back down onto the foundation and clean up the added floor joists. They're on automatic. You may want to clean these up. I typically will leave the automatics on as long as I can to let the program do its job, and then at the final step go in, turn those off, and delete the few extra floor joists. If your crawl space has a long run, you may need to also put an access in the bearing wall. To create that access, I'm going to use the doorway tool. Before I place the doorway, let's come over here, maybe set a few properties. I'm going to remove the door jamb, and then on the casing panel, remove the casing and the sill. We'll set something very small, not really practical, but for the purpose of the video, we'll set it up to be pretty thin. So we'll lower that so that it is going to cut through the plate. Now that I have the doorway set up, when I place a doorway in here, let's go ahead and zoom in, you can see that the doorway information, if we can reorient the camera just a little bit, there is an access that you can get between the two portions of your crawl space. That wraps up this video on creating a crawl space foundation type with a supporting bearing wall. To learn more, please see our other videos, our support center articles, as well as the built-in help file. Thanks for watching.